Hey guys, this is my second cast. This is actually starring me. I am the Red Protoss Lemonade down here at the 7 o'clock position, and my opponent's Blue Terran Einball up at the top right hand corner. Now, I won't always cast the most intense games or anything like that, but this one I chose because it was actually very entertaining, and that's what that's the bottom line when I'm doing these videos. Is I want them to be entertaining. I want everybody to actually enjoy the time they spent watching this. Now I'm going to speed it up a little bit. As you can see, the very start of this game starts off with him talking me up. He's asking me like what rank I was in the ladder, and I believe I was correct at the time as a 27th rank in my Platinum division. Now, I think at the highest I was 2, but it really doesn't matter. While this game is progressing, I just want you to know the most entertaining part was the very end of the game. I'm going to talk for a little bit and then go over what's actually happening in the game. Rank really doesn't matter. I'm actually still in the Platinum League. I've beaten Diamond players before. I've seen Diamond players who I don't think are worthy of being in the Diamond because I know I'm better than them. But it really doesn't matter in the end. I think I was listening. I'm going to mention Day 9 a lot in my videos, but he has a lot of great advice I like listening to. It's just a measure of progress. That's what all your rank really is. It doesn't tell you how good you are because you might. People don't play the same amount of games, and it really isn't a perfect tool to measure how good you are. But if you are constantly playing better and better as time goes on, you're going to move up, and you'll eventually get promoted to the rank you wanted to be in. For instance, I never played StarCraft 1 competitively. I played it a lot casually, you know, custom maps, BGH, TVBs, all that kind of stuff. And I actually started out, when StarCraft 2 came out, I did placement matches and went 2 and 3, and I started off in Bronze. After watching a lot of casts by Husky, Day 9, HD, Emo StarCraft, and a few other players, I learned a lot of the basics. And really, I think getting to the top of the ladders is it's not all about, you know, having the highest APM or anything like that, but mainly, you know, having the basics down packed, you know, making sure you're not getting supply capped, making sure you're always producing workers, basic stuff like that, you know, scouting, that's another thing. And I mean, no player got to the top by micromanaging their blink stalkers extremely well, because you can do that, but if you're not finding your nexus and producing probes in between your blinks, it's not really going to get you anywhere. So really, you just got to buckle down the basics, make sure you're doing all this, have that mental checklist, checking food, supply, probes, etc. Getting that all down, you'll eventually get better. But my opponent kind of like psyched himself out by, in the beginning of the game, he actually was kind of upset that he was playing me. And I'm not even, I'm never going to say I'm the best player, but yeah, so he said, great, I'm going to lose. He even made some jokes about getting raped, which I complied with. But now you should never let what your opponent says affect your gameplay, because it could just be mind games. But I never have tried this play before. I actually am going for a Fleet Beacon, which you can jump to conclusions. I am going to get a Mothership. I have a Void Ray out right now. And really, you shouldn't let your opponents talk, like, contradict, contradict's not the word I'm looking for, but really take control of your gameplay. But here, I really just kind of jumped to conclusions. When I scouted earlier, I saw he was walling off. He also did mention, I brought it up that, well, I won't be attacking you since you're walling off. A lot of players in the lower brackets, when they wall off, especially in the silver, bronze, silver, and gold, when the Terran players wall off, they really are just going to sit in their base. That's why back when I was laddering in July and August, whenever this game came out, really I spent a lot of time using Void Rays and carriers, because Terrans would block the front of their base here. They'd be like bunkers and siege tanks, but they would never leave turrets on the side. You see this player actually does a fine job of loading up his base with 3 turrets, about 3 turrets in range of the mineral patches, which is great if you're going to wall off, because they would never be prepared, so it would always be Void Rays on the side, and then Stalkers in the front when they retreat to the back of their base, and I'd end up doing a ton of damage. But it was always a very effective strategy. It's something I found. So there's no end-all strategy. in this game. Just gotta learn from what you're experiencing. You're gonna, in the ladder, especially in the lower ranks, you're gonna run into a lot of the same stuff. There's not a lot of innovation in those brackets, so you definitely will see a lot of the same. It's just the metagame. You're gonna see a lot of the same stuff happening. So really, what we've missed in this game, since I haven't been casting that much, I've kind of built a few units. I knew he wasn't attacking me. I scouted the front of his base. I was aware he had Marines and he was walled off. I placed pylons over the map. I don't do this often, but this isn't really proxy. I mean, I do use this one for proxy towards the end of the game. It's not actually that long. I don't have the thing covered up. It's only 13 minutes long. This is actually mainly since he was walled off. I was suspected that he might do some sort of Viking or drop strategy. This Marine's a jerk. I never actually saw him during the game, well, until the very end when it didn't matter. But yeah, these are all mainly for sight because, you know, if they're not coming out the front, they're going to go into the side. One Void Ray out. I do get another one shortly, and there is the mothership, the mother of all ships. Yeah. But just as a note, this is the third time I've cast this game. I have a Naga mouse by Razer, so I have a keypad on the side of the mouse, and my 9 key is the Fraps record, and I didn't know why it wasn't working. My numlock was off. I was so stupid I didn't realize that. But anyway, I fixed that, so this is actually the first time I'm recording correctly. All my units are moving to the front. Mothership's lagging behind. There's an expo here. It's not saturated. Usually you shouldn't queue up this much, but I know where my flaws are, and I'm working on that. Everything's going to the front. I have 2 Void Rays, Mothership, I think 9 Zealots, and some Stalkers, and I do warp in more before I move in. You're going to like this. My opponent really is the person who made this game as interesting as it was. It would have been just standard, you know, I'm going to get Colossus. I like using Colossuses. I don't really like using Void Rays and Carriers. To be honest, I should, because I need to learn how to use them. Mainly Carriers. I don't use them a lot. I've almost never used them, and I need to get more familiar with them. Definitely want to do that. Familiarize yourself with every unit. But here we go. Whoop, I hit the button or something. I did something. Oh, anyway, speed it back up. I'm going to move out here in a second. Yada, yada, yada. So, again, 2 Void Rays, 9 Zealots, I think 4 Stalkers, and the Mothership. Engaging here, the tanks are doing heavy damage to my Stalkers. I do lose a lot of units here, more than I should have. But as you can see, I'm taking out the bunker and the other supply depots. Tank go down. You see an awesome vortex. This takes out, I counted, I think about 10 or 11 units. And the cloaked units take out the rest of infantry and siege tanks. Devastating. Everything gets warped back in a second. I don't know why he has Reapers. Those are really bad units now. My opponent's rage here. WTF. All this stuff does continue to get melted. Seemingly quickly, considering how many units I don't have. See, at this point, I only have 5 units, 6 units. 5 units, actually. Those were some of his. And his entire thing is melted. What do you call that? The vortex. Opponent has left the game. My opponent really did just screw with himself, but the Mothership did own his entire army. Something to look into. You don't see a lot of people using it. It is a very costly unit, but when it can take 10 units out of the battle at once, it's not bad. I mean, that's being effective. Some people think it's a joke unit, and it is kind of clunky, but it can be just awesome, like you saw there. But that was ownage. My opponent sadly raged, and well, it was funny. So I'm not gonna say sadly, but I thought it was awesome. So thanks guys for watching. I'm gonna try to get up more videos. I'm gonna aim for one a day. Had some problems with YouTube processing yesterday, so I didn't get another one up. But yeah, I definitely want to look into putting out more videos for you guys. I hope this was entertaining. I hope those Mothership fans out there enjoyed this little clip. So yeah, that's everything. Take it easy, and hopefully I'll put up another video tomorrow. Later.